Welcome to Moe's.
Welcome to Moe's!
Over the past quarter century, Moe's has become an American institution. I have fond memories of eating at Moe's when they first started popping up around the country. Where else could you walk into a restaurant, walk right up to the counter, and order an ugly naked guy? That was the magic of Moe's Southwest Grill in its heyday. The names were ridiculous, the vibe was chaotic, the whole place had this playful energy that made it feel different than every other burrito chain. But somewhere along the line, the fun faded. The menu got sanitized, the atmosphere calmed down, and a lot of those quirky locations started closing down.
7 Indianapolis area Moe's locations are now closed, leaving the Circle
Moe's
City.
Southwest Grill closed its location on East Perry.
Southwest Grill has closed virtually every store in central Indiana. The chain isn't saying exactly why.
This is the story of how Moe's went from being the most fun burrito joint in America to just another place to buy a burrito. Why did the fun vanish? Believe it or not, the man responsible was Jerry Garcia. Today, we learn how the guy from the Grateful Dead killed the ugly naked guy taco.
When you walk into Moe's, you get a fresh hello.
Welcome to Moe's!
You also get 27 fresh ingredients to build your very own Moe's creation.
Let's rewind to the year 2000 in Atlanta, Georgia. Martin Sprock opens his very first Moe's Southwest Grill, a little fast casual spot that decided to do things differently. You didn't just order a burrito, you entered into a chaotic little world of pop culture jokes, outrageous menu items, and an entire vibe that felt like the restaurant was designed by your weirdest and funniest college friend. The first location was in the Buckhead section of Atlanta on Peachtree Road. It's still there, and it has a giant sign indicating its historic status. The chain expanded through franchising only. This put the cost and risk on the franchisee, not Moe's Southwest Grill corporate. This was very different than their competitors. Baja Fresh corporate owned about 50% of the Baja Fresh locations. Chipotle corporate owned almost every single Chipotle location, but not Moe's. From the start in December of the year 2000, Moe's had its signatures. Free chips and salsa with every entree, employees shouting "Welcome to Moe's" as you walked in, and a menu full of inside jokes. Want a Sherman Klump quesadilla? Go for it. Feeling a little risky? Go ahead and get yourself an ugly naked guy taco. It was irreverent, it was bold, and it made every meal feel like more than just lunch. Now, before we get to the tacos, the music, and the chaos, we got to talk about the name, Moe's. The founder, H. Martin Sprock, had the nickname Moe since childhood because of a rather unfortunate bowl-style haircut he got as a kid. This made him look a lot like the head of the Three Stooges, Moe Howard, and the nickname stuck. So when it came time to open this restaurant chain, which was full of silly chaos, they named it Moe's, in a roundabout way, after Moe of the Three Stooges. At least that was the official company line until 2007. We'll get to that. First, let's talk about the music. Moe's purchased a curated playlist from Muzak, the iconic background music company. And these weren't random filler songs. They were deliberately chosen to feel playful and chaotic.
Talk about the ancillary reasons that people come into Moe's. You have an incredible song list based on artists who are dead, right?
Dearly departed. The artists have to be deceased. That is part of the brand DNA, if you will. Our guests love the environment that Moe's has to offer, and that playlist is part of that.
Dearly Departed playlist, featuring only deceased musicians, yet somehow their music made the restaurant feel alive, and the walls were adorned with pictures of similarly deceased musicians: John Lennon, Elvis Presley, Chuck Berry, and then there were the wacky names on the menu.
What dive is he gonna do? The triple Lindy.
What are you doing here?
We're meeting a friend of ours for lunch, works here in the building.
Yeah, Art Vandelay.
She wants to say hi, she's with her new boyfriend.
What's he like?
He's nice, bit of a close talker.
A what?
You'll see.
But I can't be Mr. Pinky Tuscadero.
Spaulding, this calls for the old Billy Barul. Billy.
There was also a burrito named Joey Bag of Donuts, which is rather confusing because It wasn't a bag of donuts. The origin of this name is a little fuzzy. It either comes from a Dom Herrera comedy routine.
How come you didn't come around, eh? Everybody was around. Hey, Little Petey, Big Petey, Regular Petey, Joe Bag of Donuts was here, Jimmy the Woman, Nicky Potato.
Or it was a reference to an additional crew member from the 1996 police training film Surviving Edged Weapons. The in-house salsa was named El Guapo after the villain from the movie The Three Amigos. The ugly naked guy taco?
What?
Ugly naked guy got a thigh mask.
That was a reference to the TV show Friends. And there was also a menu item called the Other Lewinsky, which was ripped straight out of the headlines from the 1990s. There was also a Full Monty taco, which was named after a 1997 movie about a bunch of steel workers who became strippers. Come to think of it, some of the names were kind of gross. I remember they used to have a sign above their napkins that said, "Mo says wipe," and then in little letters it said, "your mouth." I don't want to think about anybody wiping anything else when I've got a mouthful of guacamole. They also had listed at the bottom of their menu a cup of fat, which I'm pretty sure was a joke. These weren't just food items. They were part of the experience, a giant inside joke that every customer got to share. But as bold as Moe's was, the irreverence came with a price. In 2005, the estate of Jerry Garcia sued Moe's Southwest Grill for putting a picture of him on their walls and for having a menu item with his name on it. The estate claimed that this confused the marketplace because they were already licensing his name for Cherry Garcia ice cream at Ben & Jerry's. His estate also claimed that the menu item Alfredo Garcia was a reference to Jerry Garcia. But in actuality, it wasn't. It was a reference to the 1974 film Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia. But truly, that didn't actually matter. What mattered was it belonged to someone else. Garcia's estate named several franchisees in his lawsuit. So they went ahead and sued Moe's corporate because they wanted to make sure they weren't going to be liable for any fees that might come from the lawsuit, because they said corporate told them to hang the picture of Jerry Garcia in their restaurant. Suddenly, all these quirky rock and roll references weren't just harmless. They were a legal headache. So every Moe's location had to remove all of that artwork, and they had to rethink how far they could push pop culture references. And at this point, the company retconned the name.
Mo is a mythical character.
There's no Mo?
There's no real Mo. He's a mythical character that we use in some of our marketing. The original acronym started with musicians, outlaws, and entertainers.
So by 2007, the company was faced with a reality check, and most of the funny names were gone from the menu. Let's take a moment to remember some of those that we lost along the way.
You every night. I can't forget how you died, but the worst part is I didn't try to save you, burrito.
I'm just gonna miss them all so much.
Every woman, shout it,
Moe's did try to soften the blow by letting the customers pick new names. The Full Monty became the Funkmeister. The Ugly Naked Guy became the Unanimous Decision. The Other Lewinsky became the Overachiever. The Mini-Me became the Mini Masterpiece. The food was the same, but the spark was gone. To replace the artwork of musicians, they went to the absurd route of having a contest for musician lookalikes. The winners would have their faces plastered on the walls at Moe's, pretending to be someone else's face. Oddly, Jerry Garcia took the rock and roll out of the home of hard rock and roll hot sauce. And if Jerry Garcia wasn't enough, along came Qdoba. In 2007, Qdoba sued Moe's over the name Buck Naked Burrito. Qdoba had trademarked Naked Burrito all the way back in 2002. Moe's argued that naked was a pretty common way to describe products that didn't have additional things added to them, but the courts disagreed, and another wacky menu name bit the dust. Moe's was never just about burritos. It was about fun. It It was about energy. It was about walking into a restaurant and hearing them shout,
Welcome to Moe's!
it's still good and it's still here. But there's no ugly naked guy taco. And that, perhaps, is the saddest part.
Oh, hey, you guys, look, ugly naked guy's putting stuff in boxes.
Oh. Let's say from the looks of it, our naked buddy is moving. Oh, I'm gonna miss that big old squishy butt.
Hey, have you checked out my Patreon? I hope you go over there and check it out. Pointless Nostalgia on Patreon. You can sign up for free. And if you sign up for just $3 a month, I'm going to handwrite a postcard to you every single month, mail it out to you. You'll love it. There's a lot of cool behind the scenes stuff on there as well. You'll be able to check that out. And if you upgrade up to the $9 level, you'll get the newsletter in the mail every single month, along with some other retro goodies. And I'll say your name at the end of every single video, just like Aaron Wester, Al Archer, Carson Loveridge, Chris, Dana Snyder, M, Jason Evans, Jason Yealy, Jarrett Rusky, Jamie and Tom, Jen, Matthew Chapin, Mike and Jess, my big brother Rob, Nick Roche, and Robert Berry. Well, that's going to do it for this one. Until next time, welcome to Moe's.